Hello everyone, my name is Khalid Ada, I'm foreign languages professor, and in today's lecture the focus would be on identifying the different sounds to be able to read Arabic from scratch. Couple of things to keep in mind when reading in Arabic. First, Arabic alphabet has 28 letters. Second, mentally prepare yourself to read from right to left. Wait a second, what? Yes, prepare yourself to read from right to left. Third thing, there is a short list of different sounds to memorize. A letter can have different sounds depending on the accent it has, either on or under it. Come on, what are you talking about? My answer would be, if you follow my steps described, you will master to read in Arabic. And lastly, set up a schedule and have it as a discipline. No matter how much time you would be available to study to read in Arabic, but just respect that time. Now, let's start. In the first while, when you see this picture of Arabic alphabet, it may make you feel intimidated. However, don't feel that, don't get that feelings. I've separated this list in 6 sets, and remember that the focus today is identify the sounds, not to memorize the letters. Let's be familiarized with the reading from right to left. First set would start with alif, ba, ta, tha, jim. The second set, ha, kha, dal, dhal, ra. Third one, za, sin, shin, sad, dad. Fourth set, ta, dha, عين, غين, فاء. The fifth one, قاف, كاف, لام, ميم, نون. And the last one, ها, واو, ياء. 5 things to keep in mind. And before to go through them, be aware of the accents and sound that each one produces. Accents, by definitions, they are vowels. Are you serious? Yes. So the fifth thing starts first with a sound when a sound produced on a regular basis. Second, when a sound produced on a strong way. Third, when a sound produced in a lengthened way. Fourth, when a sound is cut. And fifth, when they are dealing with the nasal sound called التنوين. The first one, the sound produced on a regular basis, is reflected on 3 ways. Whenever you have these shadda, these fatha, these accents, whenever you have it on the letter, it produces the sound a, as in apple. Whenever you have the kasra, which means this dash under the letter, it produces the sound e, as in pit. And whenever you have this accent on the letter, it produces the sound u, as in put. I have here an example of Arabic letters, which is M. So the M plus the dash on it would be ma. The M plus the dash under it would be mi. And the M plus the Dhamma would be mu. By the way, Dhamma is always on the letter. We're never gonna find it under the letter. Always on. So 3 main accents: a, e, o. Time to practice. So to help us to be identify one more time, or to be familiarized with the sounds, remember that we go from right to left. So here the B letter plus the dash on it is ba. The G letter plus the Dhamma on it would be ju. The N plus kasra, the dash under it, would be ni. The F plus the dash on it would be fa. And the letter Z plus Dhamma would be zu. One more time, we have three main accents, A, E, and O. The order and following, it's not important. It depends what accents do we have on the letters. We may start with the O, we may start with E, we may start with A, okay? The thing here is to be able to know the effects of each accent. The second step is regarding the sound, when the sound produced on a strong way. And to make it happen, the letter should have this sign, this shape called shadda. It's like having the number 3 lying down. For example, the letter B with shadda would be written as the following. First, we write down the letter and then the shape. This one makes the pronunciation strong. And to make it happen, we need to know what accent does it have. For example, when it comes to fatha, the dash on the shadda, the pronunciation would be ba, so a little bit stronger. When it's the kasra with shadda, the pronunciation would be b, and in the case of the dhamma, bo. So the shadda, the effect of shadda is making the sound strong. Time to practice. In this example, I've taken two kind of accent, two kind of letters with different accents. So here we have the B plus fatha, we have ba, and then the T with shadda with fatha, we pronounce it as ta. When we want to join together both of them, the B plus ta, we stick them together. To read, we need just to follow the order of the sounds produced from right to left. So here we have ba, ta, ba, ta. In the second case, we have the F letter plus the fatha, it's fa. And here we have shadda and fatha. So the N plus shadda plus fatha will be na. We want to close them, to stick them together. So we join fa to N, fa, na, fa, na. Remember, always read in the order of the sounds produced from right to left. The good thing here is that there is no exception. We only follow the rule and the order. The third step, the third case, when the sound produced in a lengthened way. To make it happen, we take the same three accents. I mean the A, the E, and the O. So the A to be produced, to be able to produce a length sound, it should be followed by this stick called alif. Whenever the fatha followed by alif, the sound would be lengthened. Ah. In the second case, we have the kasra. Whenever the kasra followed by this letter called ya in the Arabic alphabet list, the sound produced would be lengthened, which means instead of saying E, we will be saying E. And in the third case, the dhamma plus this letter called wow, the sound produced will be oo. Okay? So to make this happen, to pronounce ah in a lengthened way, we need to have, it's a must to have fatha plus alif. In the case you have fatha plus ya, you're not going to have the sound. Ah. In the case we have the fatha plus wow, we're not going to have the sound. Ooh. So everything follows a specific rule. Let's apply this to these examples. So the A plus the B letter would be ba. The A plus T letter would be ta, and so forth. Let's repeat from the beginning. Ba, ta, tha, ja, kha, tha, na, ma. In the second chart, b, t, thi, ji, khi, fi, ni, mi. And then the third one, bu, tu, thu, ju, khu, fu, nu, mu. Please consider and be aware that the highlighted letters should not have any accent on them or under them to make the length of the sound effect. Now, the fourth case, when we are talking about the sound cut. And in this case, we are dealing with the sukun. And sukun means a tiny circle found on the letter. It's not under the letter, it's not a side on the right or on the left, it's only on one position, it's on the letter. So in the case here of the B would be B, next one T, then Th, then J, H, F, N, M. Its effect, its cutting goes around to cut the vowel. There is no vowel, no complete vowel to be pronounced. Remember that at the beginning we said that the accents are vowels. So here there is no sound produced, and when we say sound produced, we mean a sound or e sound or u sound. A, e, u. They don't exist here. We just b, t, th, j, h, f, n, m. So we apply this to all the letters. And the last one, it's when we are dealing with the nasal sound called a tanween. A tanween means that we add the N letter to the three main sounds A, E, or U whenever they are repeated twice. For example, to say that we are talking about the nasal sound in the case of the fatha, we need to have it repeated twice. So instead of pronouncing it as A, we're gonna say N. The same thing for E. Instead of saying E, we're gonna be saying in. And then the same thing also for U. When it is repeated twice, the sound becomes un. So I repeat, the fatha repeated twice, N, the kasra repeated twice, in, and the dhamma repeated twice, un. So let's apply it to the letters. Here we have ben, ten, than, jan, khan, fan, nan, men. Second chart, bin, tin, thin, jin, khin, fin, nin, min. And the last one, bun, tun, thun, jun, khun, fun, nun, mun. As you can see here, guys, in the second chart and the third one, we have only the letters by themselves with the accents. However, in the first one, we have the letter plus accent plus the alif. If you remember in the previous slide, we said that the alif makes the sound be lengthened, right? But here, it doesn't have any effect. It's only here, it's here to carry the fatha doubled. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe in this channel to receive a weekly update about new free lessons to learn Arabic and other foreign languages. Don't forget to share it with your friends. Thanks for watching this and see you next time.